Hello, 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 everyone. It is Mira here. For those who do not know me, my name is Ramira, aka Mira the Goddess. If this is your first time following me or joining me or just happened to pull up on my video, welcome. Make sure that you follow me to all of my social media platforms at Mara the Goddess, MaraTheGoddess, and two number twos. Yes, I know it's one D and Goddess. That's how I want to be. Oh my gosh, this camera is like Cameron today. Anyways, if this is your returning time, welcome back to the craziness. Nails is gone right now. I got, I got, I got some stuff to do anyway, so. Me having nails definitely wouldn't help. But anywho, before we get into anything, yeah, I'm actually happy. I'm a- Today I was so for those who do not know me or nothing, I do suffer with depression. And depression be kicking my butt sometimes, but it's okay. I get out of the feeling. I do different things. I go outside, blah blah blah. The last couple of days, depression been kicking my butt. Uh, and I got over it, whatever. This man that I ran into Target, I went into Target to drop off my son's prescription or whatever. And the lady, she took my prescription. I thought I was done, let me just, drop the prescription off and go on about my way. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, am I done? She's like, no, hold on, one more. She took two other people, then a man came, and then she took him, and then she came to me. The only thing that she had to say was like, "Oh well, it's back ordered." She checked her computer and she's like, "Oh, it's back ordered, so it's not gonna be ready till Monday." So I'm like, "Okay, no problem. I'm just dropping it off." So I'm just like, "Okay, whatever." And I don't know what happened. The man was talking and he was talking to me. I don't know how the conversation went about it, but he was just like, these last couple of days I've been, in the rocks because I I had to get, he had to get an MRI for Sunday, whatever. He was just like, at first he was beating himself up, contemplating if he was gonna do it, didn't know what was wrong, whatever. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So he scheduled it, he got it scheduled, whatever, and he was just like, um, now I feel good. So I'm like, damn, I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm happy for you, whatever. And I'm like, well, I suffer from depression, so, you know, I know the feeling of getting out of the rut. I normally go outside and I walk. I try to get some fresh air, do different things, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm telling him. He's like, man, really? He's like, what? You don't look like, he said, you look good. I said, thank you. He's like, you don't look like nothing wrong. And I'm like, could you believe what my life, okay, has been lifing and throwing things at me? And then I think that's been for a majority of my life, but I never really kind of like um showed it. I always have the good spirits. When I'm out smiling, I'm looking vibrant or whatever. Especially when oh my gosh, before I got a therapist, I was going to a deep, deep, dark depression, and people did not even know it. Like, how did you not see it? Now as far as I am now, I'm like, come on, y'all, how y'all not see this? But anyways, um, yeah, I just told him a bit of my story, and he's just like, "Dang, you inspire me. Thank you so much." He's like, "But let me tell you something. Everything is gonna be okay. And everything happens. Life happens. This man has had cancer. He's been divorced twice. He's been Dang, he had a heart attack. He said he's just like he's 73 years old, and he did not look nothing like it. Like he had to look at least like late 50s or something, or early 50, like 57, 56 or something. That's what I was thinking. And I'm like, dang, you look good. Like, you know. this is an older guy, whatever. Just, So I'm like, dang, he look good or whatever. He's like, yeah, don't stress it. Don't, life is gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. We hugging each other. Like at this point, he's like, man, thank you so much. He's like, it was a reason that we had to meet each other. I said, yes, it was. Like, one, and like, y'all know my birth. Okay, so for those who do not know me, my birthday is 2/22. Okay, at the right place, at the right moment, at the right time. So even crazier because earlier today my tire blew out. And I was with my mom, and my mom was like, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, yeah, you right, mom. Like I was mad. Shit, $200 for a tire, one tire. Hey, leave this car here. But no, um, it happened. Got it. Everything happens for a reason, whatever. So I don't know why I had to tell you that. Whoever need to hear that, but everything happens for a reason. Whatever that you're going through, you got to keep just going, keep having high positive thoughts in the mind frame, and have those good spirits, and don't let the devil get to you. Don't let the devil attack your brain, because that's what he's going to try to attack first. If he can't take your heart, he's going to take your brain. All right, or vice versa. He's gonna always try to take your money or whatever, but when you realize that money is just a flow of energy, it's a flow of life, it's gonna come to you. You're attracted by money, and money won't happen. Come on, devil, come on. I've been at my lowest before. You ain't helping. You ain't doing nothing. Okay, get out my way. But no. So yeah, I don't know if that was for, but if that was for you, that's for you. Contact me. Uh, yeah. All right, so we back at it. Okay, today we're going over the dojis. Um, Also for the people who do not know me. So I'm 31 years old. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a mother. I'm a businesswoman, and I rob banks legally. And I'm always here to teach you how. How I teach you is by I trade. So there's two different types of ways to trade. Hold on. Rewind. I trade Forex, okay, which is the foreign exchange market. It's the largest financial market that there is. It's traded 24/5. There's two different types of traders. You have your fundamental trader, then you have your technical analysis trader. I'm a technical analysis trader, and one of the technical tools that I use is the candlesticks. That's how I teach you by using the candlesticks. Of course, we'll getting to know the candlesticks. I will be going over Fibonacci and support and resistance and trend lines and how to trade, how to have different trading strategies and tactics to use those things. But candlesticks, I think that should be a great foundation for a beginner person that's one to learn Forex, or just any market. Because if you learn candlesticks, you can get to any market. Enough of my rambling. Let's get it. All right. So, um, I want you to download the Candlestick Trading Bible if you haven't already. It is uh, free on any of your internet browsers. Just type in Candlestick Trading Bibles. Remember that first link is in Japanese written. You download the book. What I did, download the book. I printed it out, put it in a notebook, and the rest has been history. For you guys, you could just download it if you want to. Everything is electronic now, anyways. All right, so we're gonna go over the doji candlestick pattern, the dragonfly, and the gravestone doji patterns today. Last video we did the engulfing bar. Y'all know that's my baby, one of my babies. Look, I still went down to the engulfing bar. All right, we were talking about how the engulfing bars, with the engulfing bars, it has to engulf at least the previous candle in order for it to be a golfing bar. It can engulf more than one candlestick as well. And they talks about, how you could be able to use it either in continuation or trend reversals. But again, you cannot just trade candlesticks alone. You have to have other technical tools um, to trade this candlestick pattern. Doji is one of the most important Japanese candlestick patterns. When the candlestick forms, it tells us that the market opens and closes at the same price, which means that there is equality and indecision between buyers and sellers. There is no one in control of the market. See the example below. Okay, looks like a cross or a T. As you can see, the opening price is the same as the closing price. This signal means that the market didn't decide which direction it will take. When this pattern occurs in an uptrend or downtrend, it indicates that the market is likely to reverse. All right. So if it occurs at an uptrend or downtrend, price is tending to go the other way. All right. See another example below to learn. All right, so here we have the example. The chart above shows us how the market changed direction after the formation of the doji candlestick. The market was trending up. That means that the buyers were in control of the market. The formation of the candlestick pattern indicates that the buyers are unable to keep the price higher and sellers push price back to the opening price. This is a clear indication that a trend reversal is likely to happen. Remember, always that doji indicates equality in the indecision in the market. You will often find it during periods of resting after big moves, higher or lower. So either you're selling or if we're buying, it means indecision in the market is at an equal level. They don't know which way that they want to put. The banks does not know which way they want to move the market. But normally, if it is at the uptrend or downtrend, it tends to mean that price is likely to reverse. Okay. When it's found at the bottom of I'm sorry. When it's found at the bottom or at the top of a trend, it's considered as a sign that prior trend is losing its strength. Okay. We already noticed. So if you're already riding that trend, it's time to take profits. Hint, hint. It can also be used as an entry signal if it is combined with other technical tools. Okay. Another great, like, it's time to take profits, or it could be used as an entry signal. All right. So let me go into the market before we get into the dragonfly doji. I just want to go into the market just to point these out. They're really easy to point out. I don't want me to be that big. Put me back. Put me down. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is want to see my face, huh? Oh, I was teaching a class. Well, I was in a session. I'm trying to see what was I doing last time, guys? What a DBB CAD. It's probably EA. Yeah. So what's EA? All right, so today is Friday. My son has my my mouse, so I'm using my trackpad. But these are dojis here. Looks like little crosses here. This is a doji. We're gonna actually identify what type of doji that is later on, and a couple seconds. This middle candle here in red, this is a doji. Let's see, doji right here. And I think I actually have these. Let me get just one. I got a couple more. Doji right here. Doji right here. All right. Something, it looks like a cross. Looks like a T. All right. So now we have the dragonfly doji pattern. The dragonfly doji is a bullish candlestick pattern, which is formed when the open high and close are the same or about the same price. What characterizes the dragonfly doji is the long lower tail or shadow or wick that shows the resistance of the buyers in their attempt to push the market up. All right, so here we have an example. Okay, the illustration above shows us a perfect dragonfly doji. The long lower tail suggests that the forces of supply and demand are nearing a balance and that the direction of the trend may be nearing a major turning point. See the example below that indicates bullish reversal signal created by a dragonfly doji. Okay. All right. So a dragonfly doji is that bullish version. Okay. So bullish candlestick pattern. Okay. Yes, it does mean indecision in the market. However, this is just the bullish version of that indecision. What makes it more bullish is that long lower tail, that shadow, or that wick, whatever name you want to call it. So that's how it's characterized. All right. All right. So in the chart above, the market was testing the previous support level that caused a strong rejection from this area. The formation of a dragonfly doji with the long lower tail shows us that there is a high buying pressure in the area. If you could identify this candlestick pattern on your chart, it will help you visually see when the support and demand are located. When it occurs in a downtrend, it is interpreted as a bullish reversal signal. Okay. All right. So ultimately, in the first just regular doji, it means indecision in the market. Also, they were telling us that prices tends to trend tends to reverse. It's likely for the trend to reverse as the regular doji. This is the bullish version of a doji, which is the dragonfly. So when they're so what it says when it occurs in a downtrend is interpreted as a bullish reversal pattern. All right. Regular doji prices tend to reverse. As dragonfly, looks like price may be uh reversing to the upside. Bulls open and close here, long upper shadow. I mean, long lower shadow. Sorry, but that's as ah, but as I always say, you can't trade candlestick patterns alone. You need other indications and tools to determine high probability dragonfly signals in the markets. Okay, all right. Let's just go into our chart and see if we can find some. I want to find a good one for you. Let's try to find one at the bottom of a downtrend. Uh, these are some dojis right here, but I want to see if I could find a dragonfly. Look, this is a doji. This is a doji right here. Doji. How it's characterized is by that long lower shadow. I really want to find a good one for you. That one has too much body. Hold on. I might have to go 4 hour time frame. Okay, so here is actually one. I actually like this. So one of the cool things is I don't think it tells us that the color matters. Color may not matter. Color doesn't matter. Um, so in the beginning of the book, it says, we want you to focus on the autonomy of the candlesticks and the psychology behind it. So with this being a red candle, but the psychology behind it lets us know, hey, if it's at the bottom of that downtrend, as we can see, price was trending down. We got a whole bunch of circles and everything. But price was trending down and then it candle formed. So probably a supply or demand area. It's right here. Don't know though. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here for the dragonfly. I mean, here's also another dragonfly. Isn't this one's a green one? I like this one though, because I like that one. That was beautiful. See if I can find one more for you. Yeah, here we have one more. I'm pretty sure that circle was probably a regular doji. All right. I just love this one. This was a great example though, because it was at the bottom of the downtrend, probably support level price, then went up to the upside. And it looks like that's what's happening right now. Like prices reversing. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Craziness. Get back to it. Get back to it. All right. So the gravestone doji. Dragonfly was that bullish? So gravestone may be the bearish version. And then like, okay, dragonfly. You know, dragonflies have those long tails, right? Also dragonfly flies. Gravestone doji. Gravestone. In the grave, in the ground. We're selling. I'm just trying to I'm trying to break it down for all of us here, okay? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know if you like that or not. All right, so Gravestone Doji. The Gravestone Doji is the various version of the Dragonfly Doji. It is formed when the open and close are about the same or about the same price. What differentiates between Gravestone Doji from the Dragonfly Doji is the long upper tail. All right. All right, bearish version, long upper tail. The formation of the long upper tail is an indication that the market is testing a powerful supply or resistance area. All right, see the example below. Here we have the example of how it looks. Long upper shadow or wick or tail, and their open and closed price is about the same. All right, it says the image above illustrates a perfect gravestone emoji. This pattern indicates how buyers were able to push prices well above the open. Later in the day, sellers overwhelmed the market, pushing the price back down. This is interpreted as a sign that bulls are losing momentum and the market is ready. with reversal. See in illustration below. Here we have that illustration. The chart above shows a gravestone doji at the top of an uptrend. Okay, after a period of strong bullish activity. The formation of this candlestick pattern indicates that buyers are no longer in control of the market. For this pattern to be reliable, it must occur near a resistance level. Okay. I know we haven't talked about resistance levels yet, but um resistance, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. It's the bearish version. We were talking about what is candlesticks and how to read the open and the close of a candle. So that bearish version, the open is here, the close is down here. So in that period of time, the sellers are um the price is falling, sellers are pushing the market down. So if a resistance level is that level or that ceiling, it was going up. Right, it's like a we'll go more into detail about that, but just to give you an idea and how it's reliable and what that means for that resistance level. Look, resistance level is like a ceiling, wall ceiling. You try to throwing a ball up, it hits the ceiling and it falls back down. So for it to be reliable, it has to be that resistance level or that ceiling. And then price is going to reverse, going to the downside. Right. As a trader, you need additional information about the placement and context of a gravestone doji to interpret the signal effectively. This is what I will teach you in the next chapters. Okay. All right. So gravestone. All right. So earlier, I was like, that is a doji, but what type of doji that was? It's a gravestone doji. All right. Let's see if we can find another one. Now, what they were saying, in order for it to be reliable, it needs to be at a resistance level. However, is that a good resistance level? I'm not for sure. We will have to go back in time and figure that out. But we're not worried about resistance levels right now. We're just identifying the candlesticks. But as you can see, oh my gosh, we were talking about that opening and closing price and just dissecting it. Um, and what is a candlestick video? Make sure that you watch that video if you haven't already, so it can teach you how to read those candles. All right, color doesn't matter, guys. It's just the psychology behind it. Let me see if I can find. All right, here's another one, and just look. It's really just the green right there. Okay. So what happens? That printed, boom, sell. So if this is printed, it closed out like this on a daily time frame. For me, um, that's the indication that price is likely to sell. I definitely need to go on a lower time frame and see if that is valid or not. All right, let me see if I could find one more. Oh, we have a whole bunch of dojis here. Gravestone. There's a gravestone right here. And let me see how that look on a daily time frame. And what was that? Hold on, let me replay this. Wow. It's a doji on a daily time frame. On that 2 hour time frame. Inside of it is that gravestone doji. So this whole everything was just like a lot of indecision in the market, as we can see. Prices just going back and forth between each other until it finally wants to do what it wants to do. Okay? Just like that, guys, it's easy to identify these dojis. Gravestone doji right here, indicating that likely to reverse to the downside. Here we have a couple other just pluses for crosses, which is dojis letting us know that there's indecision in the market. And then I want to find a dragonfly if I can. I think that was on the daily time frame that we seen. That beautiful one. It was so beautiful. Or 4 hour. Dragonfly. All right. I just remember the psychology behind them. Of course, we can't trade them alone. You need other technical tools. In order for the gravestone doge to be reliable, it has to be near resistance level. For the dragonfly doji, it has to be near a support level, or occurs at the bottom of a downtrend, or if it occurs at the bottom of a downtrend, it has a high probability of price reversing. You'll see dojis everywhere in the market, even when they're not supposed to be. You just gotta make sure um, that the placement is everything. So if it's near that support and resistance or that levels or those supply and demand levels, if they're at the end of an uptrend, I'm sorry, end of an uptrend or end of a downtrend, depending on what dojis, gravestone or dragonfly. Um, it's all about placement. Okay. And then regular dojis just mean indecision in the market. Likely price may be reversing trends or going to a different side, up or down, vice versa. Okay, that was easy. Nothing too hard today. Right, we did the doji, we did the dragonfly, and we did the gravestone doji as well. Um, Next, we're gonna do our morning and evening star candles. This is another one of my babies that I see, or that you will see as well, a lot in the market. Um, yeah, I'm ready. All right, make sure that you follow me. If you're not already following me, Mary the Goddess, MARATHEGODESS, and two number twos. Yes, I know it's the one D in Goddess. That's how I want it to be. Um, Let me see it. Let me give y'all some words of encouragement. Make sure you read this. You take your time with reading this. This is not a race. This is your life. This is the future for yourself. This is will help fund your next business opportunity. This will help fund whatever things that you need in your lifestyle, but you have to do the homework. Do the homework. Don't skim over this book. I really want you to go through each chapter and go into the charts and then train your eyes. It's all about training your eyes. It's all about the psychology I swear once you get it, it will be easy. You will wake up and you will open up a chart and you'll be like, oh, I know what this is. Oh, I know what this means. Oh, this is where it needs to be. Oh, let me take the damn trade. All right, enough of my craziness. I probably went through like 9 different personalities already today, but it's okay. You got at least 2 of them on here. All right, I'm going, guys. I will see you in the next video.